Something that has been bugging me since the community test environment was launched last year was just the low number of players on the CTE testing out new content and bug fixes. This image shown here is what the CTE looks like on a daily basis, with a slight player boost on the weekends. Even then, there's only enough players to maybe fill one server. In a way, this low player number on the CTE can skew the experience of players on the CTE and could potentially leave feedback that doesn't actually represent what's being tested. For example, how does one truly judge a 64-player experience on a new map when there's only 20 or so players on the server? Not to mention that these potential 20 players are connecting from all parts of the world trying to fill one server. One thing you know, everything's alright and smooth, and then you encounter a 1v1 against a player with a 150 ping. This just leads to a poor experience for everyone both in and out of region. And from a developer point of view, you don't really want feedback that is misconstrued. Now the reason for this, big surprise here folks, is that the community test environment has been hidden behind a paywall. Buying the premium pass is the only way for one to gain access to the CTE. This locks the CTE behind closed doors, limiting this test environment to a very small portion of the community. Instead of the CTE feeling like a true testing ground for everyone to get involved in, it feels more like a marketing item for premium. Sort of like a dessert, with the main course of premium being exclusive early access to all DLCs for the game. If DICE truly wants the community to get engaged in the development process, the community firstly needs access to said process. Especially now that the DLC cycle for Battlefield 1 has come to an end, the CTE should be made public to all, regardless of whether or not you bought premium. Not only would this boost the number of players overall on the CTE when a new build arrives, but it will also increase the number of survey results as well. More surveys filled out will give the developers a greater insight on what the community thinks, and also opens the door for new points of views and opinions on whatever the CTE is currently testing. Just look at the Overwatch public test region. It's not locked behind any paywall, other than the need that you need the base game in order to play the PTR. And we've seen since its launch that no uproar whatsoever has been made regarding the purpose of the PTR or anything limiting players from playing experimental content in the Overwatch scene. So why can't Battlefield do the same? Considering that the console client of the CTE was shut down some time ago, now would be the perfect chance to remove this paywall. I just don't see any reason as to why it should be locked behind a paywall this late into the game's life. It's only a backwards way of thinking and only hurts the intended purpose of the community test environment in the long run. With that being said, that about wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and share this video in hopes of maybe, just maybe, we can see the paywall lifted from the CTE. Like the past couple videos, make sure to drop a question for the 500 subscriber Q&A coming this weekend, and I'll answer everyone then. And as always, it's been BloodHound, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.